My family, my powerful MVP family. It is late, but I couldn't let this day end without saying something about the abuse of children in Jamaica. I watched a clip today on the news where the children and staff, it seems, at Holland Primary School or All Age School or whatever that is, they were out there under the bamboos that were there swaying in the nice wind, holding up placards and chanting for the abuse of children to stop. I listened to young children, they couldn't be more than 9, who were begging for people to intervene. And as I look at them, I saw that there were some parents there, it seems, as well. But parents, with all of what's going on, why are you sitting there expecting the government to do everything while you sit there and you are some of the reasons why these children are abused and killed? How many of you have gotten up and see and know that your little girls are being abused and you have done absolutely nothing? How many of you have sat there and have been so critical of your young girls? A lot of parents are so jealous of their beautiful young girls that some of you just sit there and wishfully allow them to go through these horrendous situations. You pick up these men, you know nothing about them. Guys, I don't know why you believe that when you have children, okay, so you're married to somebody, or you didn't get married, but you have children, for one. It didn't work out. Did you stop to figure out why it didn't work out before you jump in with the next person you just meet for a few days, but you invite them home knowing that your little children are there? Parents, you are the ones who owe something to your children. You owe them protection. You owe them love and proper guidance. A lot of us, especially here in this little island, Jamaica, we are so raw and vulgar. We do things among our children. We say what we feel. There is no structure in the home. There is no love. There is no guidance. There is no empowerment. There is no support. And so children gravitate to wherever they can get the support. I was shocked when I heard somebody mention that they have a day when they say no underwear day. These little girls riding in these taxis, no underwear day. Where are you as parents? I remember this is years ago, and I used to have to leave when I left Granny's house. And by the time I get up to my auntie's house, I have already walked like 2 or 3 miles going to school. And I would get to my auntie's house and she's out there waiting for me. She's combing her children's hair because one girl was my age. We were in the same class for some time because I skipped a lot of grades. And then when I get to auntie's house, auntie lift up my clothes to see if I had underwear under my gloves. Lift up my dress to make sure that I was properly dressed to go to school. Mind you, I was very young, so, but where are we as parents today? We are so into social media, we're so into ourselves that we're forgetting how to raise our children. You cannot raise children without structure. You cannot raise children without being present. You cannot just allow children to be doing what they're doing, how they're doing it, because they can't raise themselves. Because when some of these little girls, listen to me, men are doing what they do. But don't you ever stop and ever think that some of the little girls are not also. You live in one-room houses or live in small homes where walls are thin and all these things are going on, and you don't care. And you do what you do without any regard for the children, and they get up. As little as they are, they have feelings too. They do mature. They, at age 9 or 10, their bodies are changing. So don't think that feelings do not affect them just like they affect other females. When they talk about the bodies changing, that's what they mean, that the bodies are getting ready to become reproducers? Because that's what God told us to do, to go reproduce and replenish the earth. So their bodies are built like that. They go through ovulation, they get a period, they're going through things. And just like you get in your heat and the animals get in their heat as they get ready, as their body is ready to accept the sperm if it comes. Just don't do the things you do so that they are having feelings of wanting a man too, or they want to go do what you're doing too. When these men get up out your bed and look at your beautiful children with the beautiful skin, don't you think that they're going to find ways to get to your children? Don't you know they're sick out there, they're taking the drugs, they're drinking all sorts of things because there's no limit on anything, there's no age limit for these drinking and these things. So you can't wait for government to step in. You have to open your eyes. You have to see your little daughters, the little babies who are being raped and sodomized and all the things that are going on with these poor little kids until they're killed because they cannot deal with what a big old grown-ass old nasty man push the pressure on their bodies. Their bodies are not built to deal with it. So you must see your little girls when they can't walk properly or they're shying away, they don't want to. You have to see the changes in your children. And so you can know something is going on. Stop closing your eyes or turning a blind eye because you're afraid to lose this loser who might throw you a couple dollars, but I'm sure if they're in there molesting your children, they're not respectful people. They're not decent people or kind people. Or some might come like the little snake in the grass and act just like he did with Eve. But you parents are the first ones. Women, I'm talking to the mothers. Because you have fathers who are looking at their little daughters and envy them too and getting heated for them too. But mothers, please. It don't make sense people holding up placards and expect the government to do what? By the time the government gets involved, your child is already dead. So protection starts at home. Stop turning your head the other way and acting like you don't see what's going on and you don't know. Create relationship with your children so they're willing to talk to you about everything and anything. Teach them how to be smart, because sometimes we talk too much, and because we talk too much in the wrong time, we can end up losing. So teach them. Be vigilant around them. Some of us, we are out there in the hustle and the grind, but sometimes we need to take a moment to plan our time better so we can walk the children to school, so we can have somebody pick them up from school. They can send out the little babies before their morning and know the sickos wake up with an erection waiting. And so they jump on anything that they see. Years and years ago, they used to talk about man who would jump on donkey and them animals and them something there. You have to understand how the makeup of people. The bodies do go through the heat process, and they will stop at anything. They won't stop at anything. They, whatever it is to cool them down, that's how they behave. Because a lot of them are mentally challenged and they might not look it, but the behaviors when the doors are closed is something to be, you know. So I'm just begging you as parents, it starts at home. Protection starts at home. At home. You gotta be there, you gotta be present. You have to open your eyes and observe, see the changes in your children. When you have a strange man in the house with your children, because some of us, the kids have so much stepfathers, it's not funny. Everybody coming and said, it's on the father. No, no father, this. But they're coming in with a different intention. Some come in, they see your children out there and they come in and try to get involved. Because it's not you they like. It's your daughter, it's the children they're watching. Now please people, wake up and understand. Jamaica is, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on here because, you know, it's just too much. It is just too much. It's just too much. When they're locking up people and then releasing them. Oh, you can rape a little kid and you release them. You tell him, oh, come with your lawyer. Come with your lawyer. You know, come with your lawyer. And they're going all lawyered up and lawyer finds loopholes and all of that. And they walk scot-free to go again and rape again. I don't even know if Jamaica has sex offenders registries so that people can know, and not just in the area that they live, but right around the country. That the register put their names in there, so when they go around and because some of them would do what them do in one parish and run to the next parish and do the same thing again. Some of them go on because people are ashamed or afraid, I don't know. A lot of you women are out there ashamed. You know your kids have been molested. You know they're hurting. But you feel ashamed and you let these children, you traumatize them for life. And you don't care. Some of you don't care because you hate their father. Okay, he walked away and left you. But they walk away, but you can build. Love your children, they're your old age pension. That's what Granny used to tell me. Take care of them, Mrs. because them are your old age pension. And it turns out to be true, man. When you have your children, you can have conversations with them. When you have your children and reach out, Mommy, you okay? It's a good feeling. Why don't you just cherish them and you bring them in the world? Beautiful little human beings. Why don't you just love them and guide them? Be tough with them when you have to, but make them understand. And let them know to come to you for everything, anything. Anybody says something that it doesn't have to sound good, it doesn't even have to, it doesn't have to mean much or anything. But let them come and talk to you. Let them come and say so that you know. And you can be aware. You know. It's really too much. And the children are the ones who are bruised and battered and going through hell. Going through hell. So as Children's Month they call it, but every month is Children's Month. Every month you must take care of your children. Look out, observe. You have 2 eyes to observe a lot. You have 2 ears to listen a lot. And you have 1 mouth sometimes. You shut your mouth while you make, you see, and you know, say it might hurt you and your family. But you can quietly do what you need to do so you can get support. But for God's sake, man, We don't stop. We don't have to be there with these children. Because we don't open them up to, we don't hand them these big phones. And nobody's monitoring what they're watching, what they're listening to. And so, before anything, they're out there, they're running away, they're doing these things, they're doing that thing. They want to be grown. And so we have to step in and we have to make sure that they're getting what they need. The encouragement for education is powerful. And so they'll go to school and try to learn, dear God. It's in the schools, my God, the high school kids, they are ripe, they are ready to be picked. And social media that's not helped. It has made it worse. They're watching pornography, they're looking at things that are not healthy for their age because they can't manage it. They're not mature enough to manage these things. They don't know how to do things correctly, and so they're reckless and just out there. You have teachers in the classrooms who shouldn't be in the classrooms because they're sitting there watching these little girls. And my God, it's just tough. But tonight I had to just say, I had to just speak because I saw the kids out there and they're crying out, and I shared a video and posted a link with the SIM with Ngozi and Akif or Karif, those two trying to make to just bring a listening ear. But what if we as parents are not doing, what is the government going to do? If we're waiting for the government for when things happen for us to run, what can they do then? Sometimes by the time them hurt the kids, them run gone. If we could really be more present for the kids so they don't get hurt, it would have been a better thing. Because when the kids are hurt, it's going to stay in their heads forever. And so please, let us be proactive. Let us, prevent things before we have to try to cure it. There isn't a cure for everything. So we could try to prevent some things before we have to look for cure for it. Because I tell you, Jamaica is all about money and investments and more developments and them something. Money is not pouring into hospitals and social workers and sufficient. Hiring 200 in this big old place is nothing. You have 14 parishes. You have 14 parishes, a whole heap of districts and all kind of stuff. When you hire 200 and you feel like you do, that's a drop in the bucket. When you look and see them abuse on children, how much abuse, I don't know how we're going to fix it. Because again, no matter how much of what them put in, it won't stop unless parents start becoming more involved. It's not putting on that just need to look pretty, and them need you to be present. Parents have to be more present. You have to take responsibility for your children. And as I said, oftentimes tough love have to step in. And if you have to live a frack morning time, make sure it's a pitney have on underwear, even though then grow in the corner, go still take it off in a taxi. So when you have kids creating these things, creating these things, them sit down in a vehicle, them, why? This is sick. But that's what Jamaica has become. And again, as I said, if we as parents are not proactive, you have some parents who walk up a school and go make sure. I remembered, when I was in the classroom, I used to love them parents who will just show up to my classroom, just them present. Me wasn't a person who don't want parents in my room. There's some teachers that say, I don't like when they show up. No, I tell them show up whenever you want to. I love when them show up, because it means that they want the children to stay on the right track. Me love the parents who never sit home and cuss. Me said this or me said that, or me expect too much from Pitney. You know, me have parents who get mad because me expected too much of their children. But them now look at what they Pitney them and watch them now. Listen to conversation Pitney them a chat. So that them way above me as a teacher. But them a look, so when me hold them accountable, that's what they're doing now. When you have the teachers who will hold them accountable, who will have expectations of them and no tolerance. You have done enough, so now let's go, let's get the work done. You know, you have parents who get mad. I used to really respect the parents, them man, who, you know how much Amazon gift card me send out to my parents, them, who are actively involved, who want to see them Pitney them have a little foundation to move on. That was my thing, man. Me was so appreciative of them, man, that me tell you. Me just would go out on a limb for them because the kids need it. So parents may beg on I feel no beautiful Pitney them. When them go out there, when you bring in the men them in the house and you trust them while them do their drink the liquor, you drink with them, you can't drink around Pitney, you have to be sober at all times when you have kids in the home. Drinking and not sitting you for take up, because it alters your ability to think or to control your surroundings. So you have to understand that. So I just needed to vent. Guys, you just say, I vent, but boy, I feel bad. Because I say, I look at Pitney them if I reach up now and I speak out. But what can the government do? What do they want the government to do? What is it they want? They have to tell the government what they want. People are saying, them tired of it now, them tired. Yeah, everybody tired. But what is it you want the government to do? Everybody tired, but me not hear them hold the parents them accountable. Everybody look to the government. You know, I was so proud you have the Natalie, that's Scholar Smith's sister, them down in Westmoreland. And I was looking at their Labor Day project. Instead of sitting down there wait for councilman them and mayor to come fix them road, they make them Labor Day project a project where them put together by cement, stone and something and make sitting and fill up the pothole them in which part they live. Fill them up. That was their Labor Day project. The big old pothole them out, they full up of water. And them band together and then buy stuff, mix up, fill up the pothole them. At least they will last for a couple weeks or a month or so before they start dig out again. But at least the car them get a chance to drive. So that's the problem, you know. Too much always sit down and look what the government do. People who live in rural areas, you know, so you're not paid a lot of taxes, so nobody come in and come look for you. People that do them development, build up them gated communities, build up them big old houses, and them I cater to when we drive out from our community here. There's no street in here with a pothole. And when you drive out at the gates, the security gates, right out there, so like a few little, a pure pothole out there, right? But within the community, they're taken care of. They're taken care of. So we have to know that when the developments come here, inside the developments are fine. But then the outside, where the government be responsible, don't expect too much. People have to want to come together and understand that this is the road I have to drive when I drive out of my gated community. So we can come together and buy cement and stone and something and fill up the whole them too. Because the government now have it to go right through the land, the place and do. So whatever little people can do, them can do it too. The same way with the children and the struggles. The government When them need for invest in education, as I said, that's a key piece. Healthcare and education. They need to invest in those pieces of the system. But some of the other stuff, people can come together, man, and do a little something, you know. They can come together and help. Communities, join communities, we're going to fix our mess to this. I want to take it over from the next. Because otherwise, we're going to swim in a pond. Because some of the pothole them I get just a eat out and get worse. I'm telling you, not easy. Because everybody sit and look. And in order for us to do well, is that all hands have to be on deck. All hands have to be on deck. The drain them for clean out, we can't send it away from government. We can make it a Labor Day project, we can make it a weekend project, and we make sure that there's something them clean out. Some of we have a property and the tree them in the light post them. I got, and we know we're not. We just stand up looking at them. Oh my God, they need to come and cut the tree. It's like we just sit back, and as long as we can eat food and what have you, we not understand say there are things around us that if we help to make it, to do our little part, then it's going to be a different thing, because instead of we sit there and make the tree grow over in the light, and then the light cut off, and all the way going to suffer. So why not we become proactive again? Prevent these things before we have to cure them. Take care of our children before we have to deal with mental issues later. Be there, be present. Them go through a lot of trying times because that's how them body stay. But not every one of them go through it, because the ones with support, they don't go through some of this stuff what many kids go through. Kids want nurturing, they want that thing where you believe in them and you encourage them and you empower them. When you empower them and them say you care about them, listen to me, man. The kids are going to move mountain. But when you turn your back and you yell upon them and you put them down and you hate them and you say bad words to them, they put them feel worthless. And then them come in, people come in and say how you treat them, and it give them the power to abuse them. When they come in and say, so you have good relationship with your partner, it's hard for them to molest them, because them are going to say, oh, she and them live good, man. But anyhow, them say, so you're abusing your partner, them go and look for the one in the pen, the weak one in the pen, to go after. Mother always accuss him, so the mother not going to believe her if me say nothing. If me do anything to her, the mother not going to believe. And those are the unhealthy people who we bring into our homes with our children. So love the partner them, man, empower them, man, big them up. Tell them how you're proud of them, tell them you expect great things from them, help them, support them, man. Support them with them, do the best you can do. And watch the changes come. Me not brag, but Mr. Kayla came here, can read it. Give the family of AT. CAT a cat, FAT a fat. Look at it. AT always is at. So all you're changing is the sound for the first letter. I'm saying not even that she will look on all fat and call you some sat or some. Like you look at what letter is that? What sound does it have? So why you call it, and it has been, but thank God it works. I'm telling you guys, it will work if you sit down with your kids and work with them, read with them, show them stuff, connect them to stuff, label everything in your house so they can know the name and can spell them. And let them know these are the same words in the book so you have to read. And it will change. So I just venting at the Sabbath hours here because, boy, me tell you, it's tough. It's tough, me tell you. A lot of people are come home and we get in a gated community and we feel safe and we have enough for ourselves. But boy, me tell you, outside the gates, the struggles are real. outside the same community gate, the struggles are real. I don't know where to manage. To Jamaica, we say. And we say Jamaica no problem, man. I don't know. But in God we trust.